What if I told you a single shipping lane thousands of miles away could quietly make your next truck, SUV, or even your weekly fuel bill more expensive, without a single shot being fired? That's exactly why the Strait of Hormuz has become one of the most closely watched waterways in the world. Welcome back to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. As of early July 2026, immediate tensions have eased and shipping through the Strait of Hormuz is gradually recovering. However, shipping companies, insurers, and energy markets remain cautious as they continue monitoring developments. Today, we'll reveal the 5 biggest ways this global choke point could affect fuel prices, vehicle costs, and the future of the automotive industry, and why every driver should be paying attention. Number 5. The global shipping choke point every driver should understand. Most drivers have heard of the Strait of Hormuz, but few realize how closely it connects to the automotive world. Located between Iran and Oman, this narrow waterway carries roughly 1/5 of the world's seaborne crude oil and significant volumes of liquefied natural gas, making it one of the planet's most important energy routes. Because oil is traded globally, even countries that import little crude from the region can still experience higher fuel prices when uncertainty affects shipping. As of late June 2026, diplomatic efforts have eased immediate tensions, but shipping companies and insurers remain cautious, keeping energy markets on edge. For drivers and car buyers, that uncertainty can eventually lead to higher gasoline prices, increased transportation costs, dealership inventory delays, and even higher vehicle prices, showing just how interconnected today's global automotive industry has become. But higher vehicle prices usually don't begin at the dealership. They often start with the cost of energy itself. Let's see why fuel markets react so quickly. Number 4. Why fuel prices can swing overnight. One of the quickest ways geopolitical tensions affect consumers is through fuel prices. Oil markets often respond to expectations rather than actual supply disruptions, so even concerns about shipping through the Strait of Hormuz can push crude prices higher. That uncertainty spreads throughout the economy, increasing costs for trucking, airlines, shipping companies, agriculture, and many other industries that depend on fuel. Drivers of full-size SUVs, heavy-duty pickups, work vans, and vehicles with larger gasoline or diesel engines typically feel the impact first because of their higher fuel consumption. However, even owners of hybrids aren't completely protected, as rising transportation costs can increase the prices of vehicle parts, maintenance, and everyday goods. Every price posted at the gas pump reflects a complex global network of shipping, refining, and energy markets, showing how distant events can directly affect your monthly driving expenses. And once higher fuel costs begin working through the economy, the next stop is often the factory floor, where every vehicle starts its journey. Number 3. Why your next vehicle may become more expensive. The automotive industry has largely recovered from semiconductor shortages and supply chain disruptions, with stronger production and better dealership inventory. However, that recovery still depends on stable global logistics. Every modern vehicle, whether powered by a gasoline engine, hybrid system, or electric drivetrain, relies on thousands of components sourced from around the world. If shipping costs remain high or fuel prices stay volatile, automakers must decide whether to absorb those expenses or pass them on through higher vehicle prices or fewer incentives. Since the pandemic, many manufacturers have diversified suppliers, expanded regional production, and improved inventory planning, making the industry more resilient than before. Even so, prolonged global uncertainty can still raise production costs, particularly for full-size trucks, SUVs, and premium imported vehicles with complex international supply chains. Before we reveal which types of vehicles could actually benefit from all of this, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to Piston Pundit. It really helps the channel, and you'll never miss our latest vehicle updates and automotive insights. Now, with rising fuel prices changing buying habits, let's look at which vehicles could come out ahead. Number 2. The vehicles that could benefit the most. When fuel prices become volatile, many buyers begin looking for vehicles with lower long-term operating costs. While fully electric vehicles remain an option, many consumers still weigh factors such as charging availability, towing capability, battery longevity, purchase price, and resale value. That's why hybrids and plug-in hybrids are widely expected to benefit, offering improved fuel economy without sacrificing the convenience of gasoline refueling. Automakers including Toyota, Honda, Ford, Hyundai, and Kia have steadily expanded their hybrid lineups while continuing to improve gasoline engines and invest in electric vehicles. Manufacturers with diverse powertrain portfolios, including gasoline, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and EV models, are likely to adapt more quickly to changing market conditions and shifting consumer demand driven by global events. But consumer demand is only half of the story. Behind the scenes, automakers have been preparing for disruptions long before most buyers ever notice them. Number 1. Why the auto industry is already preparing for tomorrow's disruptions. The biggest story may not be rising fuel prices, but how the automotive industry has quietly become more resilient. Modern vehicles rely on thousands of components sourced from around the world, making global supply chains essential to production. After the semiconductor shortage earlier this decade, automakers diversified suppliers, expanded regional manufacturing, increased inventories of critical parts, and strengthened logistics networks to reduce future disruptions. The Strait of Hormuz remains important not only for crude oil but also for petrochemical materials used in plastics, lubricants, and many vehicle components. Even without major supply interruptions, higher shipping costs and insurance premiums can raise manufacturing expenses. As of early July 2026, commercial shipping continues to recover, reinforcing that adaptability and supply chain resilience are now just as important as innovation in the automotive industry. So, what does all of this ultimately mean for everyday drivers and future car buyers? Here's the bottom line. Final thoughts. Why this matters before your next vehicle purchase. The Strait of Hormuz may be thousands of miles away, but it plays a major role in global energy markets, shipping, and the automotive industry. From gasoline prices and replacement parts to dealership inventory and the cost of your next truck, SUV, hybrid, or EV, global events can directly affect vehicle ownership. Although immediate concerns have eased, automakers know the next disruption could come without warning. That's why they're strengthening supply chains through regional manufacturing, diversified suppliers, and flexible powertrain strategies to stay ready for whatever comes next. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think geopolitical events will have a bigger impact on future vehicle prices? Would you choose a gasoline, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or electric vehicle if fuel prices stay volatile? And do you believe today's automakers are truly prepared for the next supply chain crisis? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this analysis, subscribe to Piston Pundit and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest vehicle updates and automotive insights. Thanks for watching and see you next time. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's plenty more to explore.